All right, we're going to start by removing these two external screws on the battery pack. It would remove the battery pack and set that aside. And then now we'll remove these four external screws on the main housings. So we'll be looking at the back housing assembly here. The first step you want to do is get the pump out of the way. So we'll lift up on the pump and rotate it like so out of the device. But we still need to disconnect it from the main board. So go ahead and pull up on that connector and disconnect it like so. From here, we want to remove the blanks or sensors in slots 4 or 5 at the top here. So if you have a blank, just go ahead and pull upward on that to remove it and set it aside. If you have a sensor in this slot, it's the same, but make sure that the colored plastic adapter is removed with the sensor as well. From here, we can pull up and remove the horn and set that aside. And with all that out of the way, we're ready to unscrew these 4 internal screws here, 2 at the top and 2 in the bottom in these corners. So grab my screwdriver and unscrew those now. And with each of those out, that will allow us to remove the clear bracket here. So just go ahead and lift upward on that, and the clear bracket and pump assembly should come out all as one. So keep that all together and save those screws. From here, we're ready to remove the main board out of the back housing, but you're going to want to consult the product manual for this step and utilize this plastic pick tool that came in your back housing replacement kit. So to get started with this removal, it starts out rotating the board out of the device. So it'll rotate up and out like so. If you encounter any resistance though, stop and don't force it. What you want to do is push down these 2 external screws that are poking through from the back. Push those down and give yourself some room. And then we'll flip our device over and look at it from the bottom. So if you see on the bottom edge of this main board, there's these pins sticking out like fingers here. And we want to use our pick tool to push in and compress the pins in either corner. Compressing those pins allows the board to rotate up fully vertically, at which point we can just lift it up and out like so. So we'll set that down and flip our back housing to the back now. We're going to remove these 2 external screws that are holding down our filter cover. So we can lift that up and out and set it aside, and also take out the O-rings and any associated filters you may have in your device and set them aside. From here, we just need to remove these 2 external screws holding down our clip. So we get those out, and then we're able to lift the clip up and away from the housing like so. Make sure to hold on to these 2 screws and the washers that come with them. So from here, I want to grab our replacement back housing and the O-ring from the replacement kit. Our first step is to put the O-ring in its spot. So if you're looking at your back housing here, you'll see this raised circular region, and our O-ring goes right in the center of that. And just go ahead and push it flat and flush inside, and it should stay inside. We'll put in our main board, and it goes in the opposite way that it came out. So we're going to start going down vertical, fitting it within the slot here at the bottom of the housing. Let's push that down and in, and then at this stage, go ahead and look down into the device right here and make sure that you're aligned left to right. Make sure that it's in the center, and then rotate it down and flat like so. Just make sure not to force it at that part, and you should have luck getting it down into place. So from here, we want to look at these two small rigid flex regions of the main board. And if you'll notice, in the back housing behind it, there are these small rectangular pockets meant to contain these two small regions of the board. So what you'll have to do is push this small board backwards and down into the pocket like so, so it's sitting flat and flush. So we'll do that on both sides and have them sitting down. It should look something like this. From here, we're ready to reattach our pump assembly with the clear bracket. So go ahead and slide that over top of the sensors and down into place like so. And from here, we will torque down these 4 internal screws to the torque value listed in the product manual. All right, with that screwed in, we can then put our pump back in place. So go ahead and first reconnect the connector of the pump back onto the main board, like so. And then we can rotate the pump back into the bracket, and it'll sit inside just loosely like this. At this point, we want to make sure that we tuck the pump wire down into the device, so when you put your housings together, it doesn't poke through. And that should keep it in place like so. From here, we want to reattach our horn. So line up the pins from the horn with the sockets on the instrument here. And we want the text of the horn to be facing upwards to the top of the device. Line that in and place it just like so. For our sensors or blanks in spots 4 or 5, if you have a blank, you'll notice this cutout here. We want to align that with the connector on the main board that we pushed down into the socket earlier. Line that and it should go down flat. The same goes for your sensor. You want to line out this protruding region with the connector with the other side of the connector on the main board. And just push it flat down and in, like so. From here, we're ready to reattach the clip and pump inlet. So we start with the clip, lowering that into place. We kept our screws and washers from earlier. And again, we will just torque this down to the value listed in the product manual. Have those two in place. So from here, ready to reattach our pump inlet. Start by reassembling any filters that you had inside previously, along with the O-ring. Should fit within that circular groove. And then we just slide our pump inlet in from the side of the clip, putting it in place. And again, torquing this down to the value listed in the product manual. From here, we'll just line up the front and back housings together and tighten down these 4 external screws to the torque value listed in the product manual. And then just insert the battery pack like so and power down the unit when it turns on. Just need to torque down these two external screws to that value listed in the product manual.